For the longest time, I've been wanting to make Tilly a schoolroom because the Monster High girls are all in school together, and I thought it would be very cool for her, and I thought she'd really enjoy playing with it. I've attempted it on a couple of occasions, but really we're really sort of a bit tight on space now. I've already made desks and benches for the schoolroom. I've made walls, I've made cork boards, and I've done all sorts, but I haven't got anywhere for it to go at the moment because up there is too high for Tilly to play with. She'd need step ladder, but there's this space under the desk, and excuse the mess, and I've just been working out that if I put this box underneath her desk, I could then sit shelves into it. Now I've got these shelves, now they're too narrow, they're like not quite half, but nearly half the size of the normal shelves. And I'm just thinking, if I've just taken the back off one, and I'm just thinking if I put two together, and you can see they're in a really rough old state, but I thought if I can join them and put them together properly for her, the times I've got to see if they're still strong enough by the time I take out the centre divider, then I can put them on top of there behind that base of her desk, and then she could have a schoolroom at the perfect height for her to play with. Whew. So, having taken off the back of one, I've now got to see if I can take the shelf out without the whole thing dropping to pieces, and whether I can get it together solid enough to be able to use it as a room. But I'm willing to try, and I think she'd have so much fun having a proper schoolroom, so I think it's worth the effort. I've put the base under there. Now I'm going to pop this one on top, see if it fits nicely in the space. Gone in. Okay, so I've sort of busted this one out. I can join that and put them on there and start putting the schoolroom together. Okay, so I've got both middle shelves out, so we've got now a huge room, but this side is not the same height as that side, so we're just going to have to fudge it a bit. What I'm going to do first, I think, is stick some heavy duty tape across the join just to hold it in position, and then I'm going to nail the backboard onto the top so it holds the whole thing firm. On the bottom, once it's done, I will put some wood finish sticky back plastic so it holds both the bases together and covers the seam. I think that should make it steady enough for a little girl to play with her dolls in. It's not like we need to eat our dinner off it or sit on it or anything like that, although there's a distinct possibility that could happen at some point. But we'll do our best to stick it all together now. Okay, so we are staple gunned and stuck. Took me a while to find the staples, but we got there. So it's coming together. This is Tilly, who's just got back from watching Aladdin. How was Aladdin?
Great.
It was great.
Did you sing one of the theme songs?
Could I sing one of the theme songs?
Yes, I'm in love with them, so why don't you try?
And she is making some books. So she's got some card and she's got some paper, and she's going to make some textbooks for the schoolgirls and schoolboys from Monster High for when their school is done. So she's hard at work getting them ready. Okay. So I've drawn the lines for her. Now she's just doing all the cutting, and then she's going to put them all together. And we've probably got to sing some show tunes from Aladdin next.
I said you have to.
I have to. My singing's horrible.
Well, you sung my old lullaby to me when we were in Krabi.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Well, there you go.
And even you couldn't get me to sleep until I begged you to sing the lullaby. So basically, I had to sing the lullaby.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to leave you to do that and I'm going to get on with the next part, okay? I've got to go and find the
Whoa, what's that?
wooden
I can't like fit
flooring. I think this is the colour we want for the floor. Okay, so I'm just cutting the flooring. I'm just going to remind you, always use the lines on the grid on the back because boy does it make it so much easier to cut it in a straight line. And quite often I forget and then I'm so mad at myself. So just a reminder, it's all numbered, it's all got the lines and it makes it so much easier. Let's get this cut and let's get it on the floor. Okay, so I've lined up the first edge. I've got to get the paper off evenly, preferably. We will keep going until we get right the way across and the floor is down. Then we'll trim off the edges. Then we'll be ready for the walls and the furniture. Now, these I made by buying little crates with the handles, cutting off one side, using some plastic board at each end, sticking a Monster High logo. The reason I took off the side is so that the bench can sit up in front of it and they can sit. You can see how dusty these are. Again, this is just another piece of plastic board stuck on one of those little letter racks. Letter rack, bench. So simple and yet so effective. So perfect school bench and desk. Now, some of those very naughty high school kids have been scribbling on the desk. Although I suspect that Tilly could probably be blamed for some of that. For the wall, I wanted to use corkboard with lots of pictures of the school kids, Monster High kids, class of, and we'll add more to this as we go along. But this I think will work very nicely for the walls, give it a very good school feel. So that's what we're going to use for on the wall. Obviously these are all ready made because we've had a schoolroom before, we just didn't have one that Tilly could really access and play. But I don't have any of the pre-made lockers, but we'll certainly be putting some shelves up here with some books. As I said, Tilly's already started making the books. We'll need a desk for the teacher as well, maybe a blackboard or a whiteboard depending on how we go, and we'll get this schoolroom looking really cool. Okay. Got to get the rest of this floor down now. As you can see, we're about halfway, but it's happening. That's slowly but surely. Okay, so that's now floor done. 2 benches, 2 desks. Probably could sit at them 3 monsters on each one if you needed to. So we just got to sort out the desk for the teacher, get the wall stuff up. We need some shelves, so I'm just going through what I've got that we can use for shelves, but we're coming along nicely. Okay, so the corkboard is up. Make a little school dresser there. Need a desk still and a blackboard or a whiteboard, whatever. Obviously we need some more stuff on the walls, but as you can see, we're halfway there and that's really cool. So I'm going to now place this under Tilly's desk, make sure it fits. But I'm very happy, and that will be all for this evening because it's now dark outside and she should be getting back from her ballet lesson any minute, so I'm going to try and get it in position ready. Okay, so there it is, in situation, just right next to Laguna Blue's bathroom. Seems to be a sandwich sitting on the floor. I'll just pick that up. Sandwich and a pink dolphin. Put that in the bathtub with Lorne McNessie. Okay, so pretty pleased with that. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll get some more of the little bits in. We'll see what we can do about making a desk, and we will introduce some of the girls to doing some lessons. Not that they're going to like that, but hey, we've all got to learn. Later. Very pleased with that for today's little project, and very, very simple, but something I know that's going to get played with lots and lots and lots. Bye for now.